The first time I realized something was wrong with Emily was the night she didn't recognize my voice. It was 11:47 p.m. I was standing outside her apartment in Brooklyn, rain soaking through my jacket, phone pressed to my ear. She had called me first, crying, shaking, begging me to come over because someone was watching her. But when she answered the door and saw me, her face went completely blank. "Who are you?" she asked. I laughed nervously, thinking she was joking. "Very funny, it's me." She stared at me like I was a stranger who had broken into her life. "I don't know you," she said, and slammed the door in my face. That was the moment my perfect relationship began to fall apart. 6 months earlier, Emily had walked into my life like a dream. We met at a small cafe near Central Park. She was sitting alone, reading a book, headphones in. When I accidentally knocked over her coffee, I expected anger. Instead, she smiled. "Guess the universe wanted me to take a break," she said. That smile hooked me instantly. She was warm, intelligent, and somehow broken in a way that made me want to protect her. We talked for hours that day. By the end of the week, we were inseparable. Emily told me she had trust issues. She said her past relationship had damaged her memory of love. I didn't ask questions. I didn't want to scare her away. That was my first mistake. As months passed, strange things began to happen. Emily would forget conversations we'd had just the day before. Sometimes she'd accuse me of things I never did. "Why did you yell at me last night?" she asked one morning. "I wasn't even with you last night," I replied. Her hands started shaking. "Then who was?" I thought it was stress, trauma, maybe anxiety. But then I found the notebook. It was hidden under her bed. Inside were pages filled with handwriting, some neat, some aggressive, some barely readable. Every page had my name. "Don't trust him. He lies. He pretends to love you." My stomach twisted as I kept reading. And then I saw something that made my blood run cold, a photo of me taken while I was sleeping. That night, I confronted her. "Emily," I said calmly, holding the notebook. "What is this?" Her face went pale. She sat down slowly, like her legs had given up. "You weren't supposed to find that," she whispered. "Why are there pages saying I'm dangerous?" She looked up at me with tears in her eyes. "Because sometimes, you are." I laughed in disbelief. "You think I'm hurting you?" She shook her head. "No, I know you are. Just not all the time." That's when she told me the truth. Emily suffered from dissociative identity disorder. She didn't have one personality. She had three. One loved me deeply, one feared me irrationally, and the third hated me. "She thinks you're the man who ruined my life," Emily said quietly. "Even though you're not." I wanted to leave. I should have left. But I loved her. So I stayed. At first, we tried rules, notes on mirrors, voice recordings, safe words. But the third personality, she was getting stronger. She started deleting my messages, blocking my number, lying to the others. And then, one night, she called me screaming. "She's here," Emily cried. "She says you're coming to kill me." That's why I rushed to her apartment that night. That's why she didn't recognize me the next morning. The police showed up at my door. Emily had filed a report. She accused me of stalking her, of breaking into her apartment, of emotional abuse. I was arrested. While sitting in the interrogation room, I realized something terrifying. The third personality wasn't trying to hurt Emily. She was trying to erase me. Weeks later, charges were dropped. Emily disappeared. No calls. No messages. No goodbye. Months passed. Then one day, I received an email. No subject line. Just one sentence. "She won. Please forget me." Attached was a photo of Emily smiling with another man, but in the corner of the image, reflected in a mirror, was a handwritten note on the wall. "If you're reading this, run." I still don't know which version of Emily sent that message. The one who loved me or the one who wanted me gone forever. But every time my phone rings late at night, I still wonder if it's her. And if she remembers who I am, I tried to forget Emily. I deleted old photos, changed my number, moved out of Brooklyn. But some relationships don't end. They wait. 3 months after that email, my phone buzzed at 2:13 a.m. Unknown number. One message. You promised you wouldn't give up on me. My hands went cold. I didn't need to ask who it was. I stared at the screen for a full minute before replying. Me. Emily. The typing bubble appeared. Disappeared, appeared again. Her. Not exactly. That's when I knew. She was back. And so was the nightmare. She wanted to meet. Public place. Bright lights. Just to talk, she said. I chose a cafe near Times Square. Cameras everywhere. People everywhere. Safety. She arrived 10 minutes late. Same face. Same eyes. But something was off. She smiled, but her eyes didn't. You look older, she said. You look empty, I replied. She laughed. That's because you're talking to the one who survived. She told me Emily was gone. The weak one, she called her. The one who loved you. My chest tightened. What did you do to her? I asked. She leaned forward, voice calm. I protected her. From you. I wanted to scream. Instead, I whispered, I never hurt her. She tilted her head. Maybe not with your hands. But love can be violent too. Then, she slid her phone across the table. Videos, audio, recordings, edited clips of arguments, messages taken out of context. My voice slowed down. Distorted, threatening. You ruined her life, she said. I fixed it. That's when I understood the truth. She wasn't erasing me anymore. She was replacing me. Days later, my workplace called. Why didn't you tell us about the restraining order? HR asked. I had no restraining order. But according to the system, I did. My accounts started getting locked. Friends stopped answering calls. Someone was messaging them. As me that night, I finally received a message from a different number. If you love her, disappear. Attached was a live photo. Emily, sitting in a white room. Blank expression. A single sentence written on her arm in black ink. Let me rest. I went to the police. Again. This time, I came prepared. The notebook. The old recordings. Medical records I had secretly saved. The officer looked at me quietly and said something I'll never forget. She checked herself into a private clinic 2 weeks ago. My heart skipped. Which one? He hesitated. She registered under a different name. I found the clinic 3 hours outside the city. When I arrived, a nurse stopped me. She doesn't want visitors. Please. I said, just tell me one thing. The nurse sighed. She keeps asking if a man named Daniel still hates her. That was my name. They let me see her for 5 minutes. Emily sat by the window, smaller, quieter. She looked at me and smiled softly. You came, she said. Tears burned my eyes. I never stopped. She nodded slowly. She's gone now, Emily whispered. She made sure of it. What do you mean? Emily placed a pill bottle in my hand. Empty. I chose silence, she said. For both of us. Panic hit. Doctors rushed in. Machines beeped. As they pulled me away, Emily locked eyes with me and mouthed 3 words. I remember you. Emily survived. But she wasn't the same. No other personalities. No memories of the last year. Just fragments. Doctors called it a reset. I visited her once a week. Slowly, carefully. But she never fell in love with me again. And maybe that was mercy. 6 months later, I received one final letter. Handwritten. No return address. Love isn't always meant to last. Some people come into our lives to teach us when to let go. Thank you for loving the parts of me I couldn't save. Please don't look for me. This is my goodbye. I folded the letter and didn't chase her. This time, I let her go. Final line. Some relationships don't end with hate or betrayal. They end with survival. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do for someone you love is to walk away and let them live.